What's going on, Geminites? It's your boy Gem Mint, back at you with another recent reads. Just got done reading Mark Waid's Irredeemable by Boom Studios, so stay tuned. Alright guys, so most of you guys that know me and know the channel know that I'm a big fan of Omni Bros Live. And when I was watching before I even had this channel or lived in this house, I know that Jess, the Omni Dog, he always says that Irredeemable is his favorite run. I'm pretty sure that's what he says. So I scooped these books off of In-Stock Trades a couple years ago, like around that time. And I finally just got around to reading it. And I thought it was okay. Well, it's not my favorite run, but it wasn't bad. Basically, you have what if Superman went bad? What if he broke bad? You know, and I feel like we've seen that before. We've kind of seen that in The Boys. We've kind of seen that with that new movie. What is it? Burn Bright or something? Birth Bright? The fake one by, what's his face? James Gunn. So you have this kind of new universe that has superhero-esque characters like, you know, Superman-type character called Plutonian. And then you have other little characters, and, you know, half of them I forget who they are or what their powers were. But the concept behind it is like, what if you were Superman? What if every day, all day, you just save people? Save all day. You can never rest. You can never break. And if you make one small little mistake, like if you fly too fast to save some kid and you're so strong that you just, you know, put your hand right through his chest, you are irredeemable. Just that one act, that one mistake. And it kind of drives him crazy, man. That's kind of like the gist of this, right? This Superman character that could fly and he could lift and he's got heat vision. He's bad throughout this whole book, and you get glimpses as to why he's bad, which I'm not going to spoil. It gets pretty deep. The fifth and final book sheds some light on his origin, which is pretty cool, and it gets very, you know, science-y, and it lost me a couple times. His arch villain plays a big role, and that's really interesting. Maybe I'll do a spoiler section, because that's a pretty interesting dynamic that I want to talk about. They also explain how he gets his powers and how he's able to do the things that he's able to do using, like, science. It's not that he's from another planet and that the yellow sun of the Earth gives him these powers. It's kind of pretty cool the way that they explained it. Without going into spoilers, I will say that he demolishes cities and entire countries in this book, and it's crazy. It's almost like, I think The Simpsons got this from a different movie that they actually reference in this book, but like it was a treehouse of horror, and Bart could hear like everyone's thoughts, so everybody has to have happy thoughts, otherwise Bart's gonna kill him. I mean, it was kind of like one of those things, you know, like you say something bad about Plutonian, and phew, he's gonna fly through and straight go buck wild. Let's flip through some of the artwork, and we'll talk about some of the other characters and some of the other plot points. Yeah. All right, Skyview time. So, here goes our man, Plutonian. This is volume 1. Bloody hands on the throne. Here he goes using his heat vision. So, you know, I don't want to get into spoilers or anything, but basically I want to show you guys the type of artwork. Maybe we'll talk about some of the characters. He goes like your Angel / Hawkman type guy. Bet is like Plutonian's girl. No, I mean Hawkeye's girl. You got Volt, who's like an electricity guy. Here is the eyes of Modius, which is like the arch villain. That's Plutonian's girl. It's funny when she's dating Plutonian. She works with this Clark Kent type guy. When he reveals that he's Plutonian, she freaks out, man. It does not go well. All right, so there you go. Here's like the main villain. I think his name is Modius. I always mess it up. I forget. Yeah, Modius, that's what it was. So the art is good. You know, you have very Superman type vibe with Plutonian, as it should be. Here goes our gadget guy. He's like Forge from X-Men. So the artwork is consistent throughout. I don't think we really need to look at all the volumes, but that'll just give you a gist of it. All right, guys. I want to go into spoilers now. So if you haven't read Irredeemable, you're going to want to cut out now. We're going to talk... spoilers to me were the most interesting part of this book. So if you haven't read this and you don't want to get spoiled, cut out now. Don't say I didn't warn you. So something I thought was really interesting about this book was like Plutonian's arch villain, like when he was a hero. I think his name is Modius. But he's basically like able to transfer his conscience into other beings, super smart, kind of super villain. And it comes out that he really loves Plutonian. It's almost like the Batman-Joker relationship, right? He loves him. He's in love with him, right? And everything he does is because he's obsessed with him, right? So it's written really crazy. The dynamic is crazy. He ends up going into the consciousness of Plutonian's ex-girlfriend or ex-wife or whoever he was dating, and like he seduces Plutonian. They have sex. It's really crazy, man. He's basically like kind of masterminding what's going on in the background as well, and it was just really far out there. Plutonian's powers were explained pretty cool. It was explained that he's really able to do these things with his mind. When he flies, he's really moving the molecules around him and like slingshotting himself. And when he's shooting lasers out his eyes, it's not really lasers. His brain is like manipulating the molecules in the air and making them very hot, and it looks like it's a beam in a straight line. And his strength as well. It's kind of like I almost thought they were going to go like the tumor route, like kind of like what's his face, John Travolta phenomenon, right? But it's basically his mind that's able to make it seem like he has these powers. I mean, he really does do these things, but it's not because he's super strong. It's because he's able to like manipulate molecules or whatever. You have another cool character who kind of plays an intricate role here. I forget his name. Someone with a G. I can't remember his name. A lot of these characters are like really throwaway characters, but he's like able to manipulate machines, and he can like conjure things with machinery and make like time travel portals and things like that. That gets pretty cool. You have this kind of Hawkman type character who's been around since like Adam and Eve times. His role's not really important. And then you have like these brothers, right, that share this power, kind of like Wonder Twins or something like that. And one of the brothers dies, and all the power goes to the one brother. And you think that he's our only hope against Plutonian. He ends up being worse than Plutonian. He gets mad drunk with power, and they say something pretty thought-provoking in this book, right? They say there shouldn't be a Plutonian, there shouldn't be this other guy with the power. But then like somebody questions a religious guy and says, if all power corrupts absolutely, then what about God? And it was like, damn, it was crazy, man. It was a cool part of the book. I don't remember what part it was. But anyway, I only had a couple of minor spoilers I wanted to talk about. What was cool also was like they showed him as a kid, right? He has these powers as a kid. First, we see that he's going through multiple foster families, and none of the foster parents can handle him. They see him start lifting up refrigerators and stuff, and they got to get him out of there. So you see that he's constantly rejected as a kid, and you get the vibe like that's what leads him to go crazy as an adult. At one point, he runs away, and he's in the wild. They start calling him Wolf Boy. And some other kids kind of, stake him out and get really hurt. And basically, Plutonian makes a lot of mistakes before he becomes the hero. And he hurts people, and he doesn't know his own strength in some cases. And the seeds were planted before that he was going to snap. Later on, to destroy Plutonian, the humans uncover that they have a secret weapon underneath this nuclear power plant in China. But in order to release them, they have to destroy the plant, which will kill 1/3 of the Earth's population, which though will save the other 2/3. So they make this decision to do that, and it releases these two beings that introduce themselves as Plutonian's parents. Now, not parents in the sense like, you and me, but they basically release this energy, which is a ball of energy. They set him off to do his thing, and he comes across this desperate mother who's crying. She wants a baby so bad that his form takes the shape of a baby. But what's crazy is it's not that she wanted a baby because she was barren. She had just recently killed her baby and instantly regretted it and prayed and whatever for a baby, and that's where he comes. Now the mother, his mother, or his first mother, I guess first foster mother, you could call her, is obviously crazy, and she keeps trying to hurt him, but he can't get hurt. So she's trying to burn him, she's trying to do these things, and it doesn't work. But you can see all these things in his childhood kind of mold the man that he becomes when he snaps, So, that's pretty much it for Irredeemable. I wouldn't call it my favorite read, but I can see why OmniDog likes it. I'm not a huge fan of different versions of iconic comic book heroes. I guess it's cool for the Superman story. Check it out, man. Let me know what you think of Irredeemable if you read it below. Drop me a like on the way out. Make sure to subscribe to the channel for more recent reads, plus other daily content. You guys stay minty fresh. Peace.